Well, another night, another tropical update as of 9 p.m. September 3rd. Gert is being exposed. We can show you the satellite image of it. And here's Gert exposed. It's not gonna be a tropical cycle much longer. It's moving northward, piss poor environment. It still has 45 knot wind, but that will weaken and it will be dissipating. Um, Becoming less defined. I mean, already moving northward at 10 at 19 knots. Won't be around much longer. Kata is also a depression, but it's trying to blow some convection. Um, anyway, it has 30 knot winds and it's moving west northwestward. Doesn't have much of a future. It can become post tropical in 24 hours. I mean, obviously. We can show you some information on this one. Yeah, that much. Kind of did a loop. I mean, it could reform. Who knows? Um, Now on to our most important system, 95L, which has 60% at 48 hours, 90% in 7 days. I mean, I think it's pretty much certain to develop tonight. Here's 93E. This is 95L, which has an LSC, a little bit of convection, but it's kind of being choked up by dry air. So we expect a westward track and slow development in the next 48 hours. But then after, I mean, some of the models really like it. I mean, here's 36 hours, and here's 93E in the Eastern Pacific, which also has about the same odds of development tonight. We're going to go to 72 hours. 995 and 93E had 993. Both respectable storms. 95L at 96 hours had 96 millibars, probably a hurricane. We got another system off the African coast, which comes off around this period, and the AC says 30% for this system. I think both systems have a pretty good chance. Uh, Lastly, we're going to look at 120. 955 millibars. There's some real potential for 95L. I mean, I think definitely a hurricane's in its cards. 985 on the CMC. Uh, Icon. This is much freaker wide bombed out the other system behind it. I mean, let's go back to the CMC, which is much weaker with the system behind it. But I think both of them will probably form. We can show you the HWRF for 95L, and this is what it looks like at 126 hours. Holy shit, 946 millibars. We can look at HMON 934. And these models actually spelled out our less powerful system, which was Idealia. So I definitely would watch this system very closely in the Leeward Islands. HAFS-A shows 977. I'm going to say so. I think 90% is a pretty good estimate for development potential for this. And the Leeward Islands need to watch this very closely. Puerto Rico needs to watch this very closely. But long term, I believe this system will probably recurve away from the United States as it will move into a Western Atlantic weakness, which is looking pretty likely. Here's the GFS at 168, which shows it north of Puerto Rico. Anyway, we're going to look at the models for it. Clearly, most models take it north of the islands and start recurving it. But look at that potential. I mean, Icon definitely the more respectful models show at least a hurricane. So I think this probably becomes a hurricane. And last we're going to look at 93E, which probably will develop too. And GFS neighbors make it a hurricane. Lower 980s based on that. West northwest. A lot of them make it a major hurricane. I mean, it has even better potential than 95. I mean, you believe this? Well, that's your tropical update.